Hello, wrestling fans. My intro didn't start. Why?
I don't know, maybe you should stop it and fix it.
I've been holding on for so long, I can't remember why. The fire's gone, I'm all burnt out, the embers have gone dry. I don't need your love to carry on. I don't need your love to make me strong. No, I've got courage to guide me through the dark. I've got courage to follow my own heart.
What's the story, Raw fans? Tonight's topics on the Wrestle Story include:
First round matches for King of the Ring
was the boss's backstabbing explained?
and new tag team champions.
All that and more coming up. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Wrestle Story. We discuss all things wrestling's legends of the past, the superstars of the present, and the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Tuesday after SmackDown, and every Wednesday after NXT.
Majority.
Yeah, majority.
Majority of the Wednesdays.
Yeah, things have changed, so, kind of play it by ear. That's
The
why
last 2 weeks,
that's how you hit the bell
NXT
button and
hasn't.
subscribe and everything else.
Yeah.
Matt, if you're still there, I think the big announcement was that there was no big announcement.
Okay, so real quick, I will say, I never saw anything said from WWE that there was supposed to be a big announcement. I never saw anything. That doesn't mean there wasn't anything put out there, but I am on Twitter all the time, and I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I didn't see anything either, so...
So I don't know if they actually said there was supposed to be a big announcement tonight,
Or if people just implied there'd be a big announcement.
because of all the rumors with NXT.
Yeah.
So,
How you doing, James?
what's up?
And good evening.
So, yes. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why
we couldn't have really...
So I don't know if you can blame WWE for this.
No, because they never said anything about having a big announcement, so everybody just kind of assumed, I guess, with all the rumors of NXT moving to USA, that they would announce it tonight.
I would tend to say that, Matt.
'Cause
Definitely.
I don't know.
I don't think that... especially when they change the show, right before the show starts, or, they change things during the show.
Yeah.
I think it's tough to predict. And I think that this is a good thing for WWE to be more unpredictable.
Which I feel like tonight's show was.
Sort of.
Yes. Sort of. I feel like it was less predictable than what it generally is.
Yeah.
And I think it was a better show than we have gotten in weeks.
Yeah.
And Vince wasn't even there tonight, and I feel like that's why it was a better show.
Yeah, definitely thought it was a better show.
So we go ahead and open the show with Roman, and he comes out and we get a recap of, that's what I saw, was Hunter and Heyman were in charge.
Maybe Vince will go away.
If he realizes that people are going to watch his show, he should look at the ratings next week.
Well, I think it's
and be like,
the thing
wow,
is,
did we have more people watching because I'm not there?
The ratings aren't going to go up right away. They're going to have to do some things to get people back interested in it.
I don't know, man. Vince just shouldn't show up to work. He should just
I agree.
take a couple weeks vacation.
That,
or a couple months, or a couple years, or
to get people more interested, they're going to have about like 30 minutes of Bray called out. Yeah.
Yeah. So we get Roman, who opens the show, and we get a recap of all the previous Roman incidents, because tomorrow we are going to find out who his attacker is. This is so exciting.
Maybe.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Like 30 minutes ago. I'll have to look at Twitter. And then Dolph comes out because he has a match with Dolph, and he talks about how it should have been him and how, like, he can't believe it. He was blindsided. You want to talk about all your attacks that your attacks where you've been nearly killed. Keyword, nearly. He...
I want to see her break Sasha's arm. TikTok. Bex this guy. Yeah. Well,
I knew the report
I think
about
they're
them.
building everything right now, so I think that's pretty good.
I knew the report about them toning down Bray was BS.
Yeah, I figured it was too.
Well, I don't know. I was hoping that it wasn't true because it would have completely ruined his character. And
well, would have, but I said that, that if they're worried about, especially the reports I saw about advertisers, the people that are advertising on SmackDown and Raw are like the
more
movie It.
intense.
Are you kidding me? And they're talking about toning down Bray Wyatt. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, if
It
anybody
doesn't make any
watches SmackDown and Raw, I mean, I don't know how many times you see
So recent kids bought his mask.
Yeah.
There
Well,
have been
and like I said,
several,
the
recently,
commercials.
There was like a Sharknado commercial or something like
Yeah.
that that's like super graphic.
The commercials
and
they're showing
So it's like,
aren't any worse, or Bray Wyatt isn't any worse than the commercials they're
no,
showing.
I feel like the commercials are. Can Vic Joseph stay on Raw, please? Export.
How you doing,
I
Export?
second that.
How you doing, Little Fettuccine?
Please.
What happened tonight?
Well, just you listen
Stick around
up,
and we'll tell you.
because we're only talking about the beginning of the show. Sorry, I am sick of Bray.
I love Bray.
Beyond sick.
Bray is my favorite. now.
James, well, you're gonna be sick for a long time.
That's right.
Cause yeah, no, Export. I second that motion. Can we keep Vic Joseph on Raw on commentary?
Yes.
I actually really liked him on there.
Yeah, I thought he was good.
I think he meshed well with Renee and Cole.
Yeah.
I think he really did. Not saying I don't like Corey Graves, because I do like a good Corey Graves, stab at people every now and again. But, like, I don't know. I feel like he's very negative sometimes.
Yeah.
And it kind of, like, I don't know. It just kind of, like, it messes with the commentary team. Like, messes with the vibe,
Yeah.
Can Vic do SmackDown tomorrow? He sounds so natural, and he was leading most of the time. I agree. He was. I thought that was really cool that he did get a lot of the time to talk. Like, when they had, like, segments or whatever, and they were talking about how, like, they had, like, an upcoming segment or something. He was the one to talk about that.
Yeah.
I think that was a smart choice.
I agree.
I really do. So, anyways, enough about Vic Joseph. Dolph comes out and talks about how Renee is better than that tool. James, are you the Corey Graves of the chat? Is that what you're saying here? I think James is the Corey Graves of the chat.
Yeah, it must be.
Come on, dude. What's your deal, man? What's your deal? Ever since Sasha came back, he's been pretty sour. He's been pretty salty. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out the obvious, guys. I'm sorry, James, that I had to be the one to tell you.
James has his bitter side now.
But you've been kind of salty since Sasha came back. I think she ruined his mood.
Renee should go back to the pre-show panel. That is what she was getting.
I don't want to say that Renee is bad, because Renee hasn't been doing this as long as some of the other people have. And I think...
Hey, Chaos, how you doing?
What's up? I think that Renee is getting better at her job and making it sound more natural. She's just not really there.
How you doing, Scott?
Good show, but miserable ending.
I got thoughts about this.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I just don't... I just don't,
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was fine.
I thought it was good. I mean, I thought it was good, and we'll talk about it here and kind of get your guys' thoughts.
Oh yay, Sethy 2 belts is dumb.
I have thoughts on what's going to happen, and I said it before the match even happened. We'll talk about it. I talked to her about it when it was happening, as everything was going on. So,
Yeah.
we'll talk about it here. They must be paying the club big money to lose.
Am I really salty? Come on now, I speak the truth. James! I don't know about that, man. I don't know.
James,
I'm not saying anything.
What has been the biggest draw over the last several weeks? Like the biggest pop? And don't say Becky.
Bray?
Bray's probably been the biggest pop over the last several weeks.
And then last week,
Salsa?
Salsa?
Yeah.
Salsa got the biggest
I bet they were
pop.
I don't think they do, because I think they can turn it into a storyline.
Sasha, I would say, is the second who's getting
I knew you were going to say Becky.
Biggest pop right now.
The Fiend has been the biggest draw. He's been all over Twitter. His music is now was in the top 25 on iTunes played music. In the last week.
Last week.
So, it's huge. People love him, obviously.
Yeah.
And I think as long as they keep him going and don't overuse him, I think that... and we'll have to see where they go with it.
I don't care about Sasha.
Bray outsold Becky, Roman, and the New Day in merch sales last week. Yeah, no doubt.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he had outsold them combined.
Yeah, because he's the big thing right now. So, anyways, Dolph comes out, talks about how it should have been him and how he was like, I was blindsided at SummerSlam by 3 spears from Goldberg. All I could do was laugh. I was like, bro, you begged for it. You essentially begged for it. You were like, come back and fight me, Goldberg. Fight me like a man.
Yeah.
That's where you done screwed up. So you cannot blame Goldberg for this whole mess. It was your fault. And then this crowd was really good.
I know there's rumors out there about turning down the Fiend, but I think a lot of that has to do with just rumors.
Yeah. Somebody stirring something up to
we
get
talked
people
about
talking.
this right before you came in, Chaos. If you look at the commercials that are on, there's no way that it's there is no way that the commercials or Bray Wyatt is any worse than the commercials they show. Mm-hmm. So, the report I saw said the advertisers wanted it toned down.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the advertisers are ones that have movies on and things that are just as bad as
or worse
than Bray Wyatt. So
I honestly don't think anything is
I can't see anybody complaining about
wrong with Bray.
Yeah. I mean,
aside from the mask and his severed head thing, which, I mean, depending on how you look at it, could be scary. But, it's not like the scary movie commercials that they have. So, the way they use Bray coming
and
up...
And the mask was used on a pay-per-view, so...
Pretty much tells you
Bray
nothing's
coming from the
happening.
pretty much tells you nothing is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So... Dolph then gets the upper hand at the beginning and super kicks Roman.
Yeah.
The match starts. Roman kind of gets the crap kicked out of him. It makes Dolph look really good. This is probably... I don't know about you guys, but I think this is probably the best Dolph match I have seen in a long time.
They scanned the severed head to the video game and action figures. That's cool. I'm sure they would have got the same if they were a publicity traded company in the 90s with the...
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's... anybody that complains about it is just kidding themselves.
It's just
and
something
just has
to
something
complain
to complain
about.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
That's really all it is, because there is no problem with it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's not... I don't think it's over the top. It could be worse, and it's not. And if they thought there was going to be a problem with it in the first place, why would they have put it out there?
Well, that's just it. I mean, if it's about kids, I have my kids turn away from commercials that are on, my younger kids, just so I don't have to get up in the middle of the night with a nightmare about something, But as far as that, I don't
Now buy the
I don't
mask
get it.
and gloves on WWE Shop now.
That is cool.
Matt, I got a question. Are you secretly like a merch dude for WWE trying to get us to buy their merch? I just gotta know, cause, I just think that I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
No NXT.
No. Well,
again, that was just a
I
big
feel
rumor
like
that
you
was
could
out
be
there.
an undercover merch salesman.
That was another, the NXT thing. A lot of rumors about that. I think that was just another someone threw something out there
Just
hoping
saw
it
their
would stick,
tweet.
and then they would go, "Oh, look at me! I had inside scoop on this."
Certain somebody.
That's
that
what
we
we're
know
gonna
off
start
of
doing. We're
Twitter.
gonna start throwing things out there, and eventually something will hit, and then we'll go, "Look, we had inside scoop on this."
Yeah.
Don't forget to set your DVR. Becky will be on Stone Cold's new show next week. Yes.
Yes. Yes, James, we know.
LOL voice of Will Ferrell make them.
So, I don't know about everybody else. I'd like to know your thoughts. I think this was the, I think that this was the best Dolph match that I have seen in a long time. What about you?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing with Roman.
I think right now what they're trying to do is have him help get other people over.
That's what it looks like.
And then he ends up getting the win in the end to still make himself look good.
Yeah.
You know?
So are they going to play this out where
they've done this 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah, they
Once
have.
with Buddy Murphy and now with Dolph. And like I said, this is probably the best Dolph match I have seen in quite some time.
I wonder if they're not getting ready to set him up for a turn.
I don't know, man.
Thoughts on the Fiend being in 2K20?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent. I think
Yes.
it's good.
Yes. Definitely good.
I like Dolph's match with Harper.
Match
The
for the
ladder
IC
match for
title
the
is
IC title
better. You all should talk about Becky now, Sasha the Tool.
James, we're getting to that.
It's coming up, James.
It's the next segment.
Well,
kind of,
sort of.
It's your second favorite person. Oh,
about
have
the
you
classic
forgotten the classic 5-star match between Goldberg? I mean, not gonna lie, that was pretty good too. I'd say that's probably like on a 1 to 3 rating. 1 to 5 rating. Jeez, I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. I've been up for a long time. 1 to 5 star rating here. I'd probably put the Dolph and Roman match at like a 4.5, and then like the Goldberg and Dolph match at a 4.4. It's right behind it. It's very close. They're very close. I mean, it was totally a 5-star match, but I just gotta be fair.
Yeah.
The other one was better.
Yeah.
So then Roman gets the win with the spear, as we all pretty much expected. And, yeah.
If Vince takes over NXT, prepare for Baron Corbin to pin Adam Cole, Ciampa, and Gargano in a 4-way for the title. Yes, that would not shock me.
Have they announced who's wrestling tomorrow night for King of the Ring? I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. I think it's the, here, let me see. I have the thing here. Let me pull up
The Fiend is the only one that could be bigger than the company now. WWE Films could start a horror movie franchise. Yeah, definitely they could. No doubt about it. There was a great counter to a spear from Dolph. Yes.
Yeah.
Overall, I thought it was a good match. I'm just shocked that they're, like, making Roman look the way he looks.
Bryan versus Murphy is happening tomorrow. I did know that. Is it Owens and Elias tomorrow?
I don't know.
I don't remember either. I feel like Apollo versus Andrade is tomorrow, though. I did see that. Undertaker was announced for SmackDown, Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
I did see that. I want to say the Apollo and Andrade match is tomorrow, and then I don't know which second match is on there, because I didn't look into when they said the matches were tomorrow, because they were during commercial breaks that they said that. But I want to say Andrade versus Apollo is tomorrow.
I thought they were going to have, like, all the matches tonight.
I could be wrong.
Or all the Raw matches, at least first round matches.
So, I want to see
I want to see the Fiend.
Gable versus Benjamin. Maybe that is tomorrow. I don't know. So I
Yeah.
want to see the Fiend To attack the Taker.
You know what I want to see?
To attack Taker.
Here's a thought more they're going with all of this. Could it be possible that they bring back... Because I've heard Sting wants to do like one last match. The Crow Sting.
Yeah.
Back to fight the Fiend.
Possibly. I could totally see that being at a Saudi show.
Yeah.
I think that could
done
happen.
right, the Fiend is like having Freddy Krueger mixed with Jason on it. Yeah, definitely. I agree, Chaos. Excuse me, Becky, it's the top draw. God help me.
Using Vicky Guerrero. WWE won't clear Sting. They've done crazier things.
Yes.
So I won't be shocked if they do clear him.
WWE will do anything if money's involved.
They let Goldberg come back after he concussed himself several times.
After he admitted concussing himself several times in the past.
So I'm not gonna hold my breath and say that they're not going to let him wrestle again.
And even if they don't bring him back, they could bring back some sort of angle with,
with something, even if he didn't wrestle.
Yeah.
He brought somebody else in to fight.
Yeah.
Because they talked about who's going to take him down tonight. After our next segment, which we're now going to talk about.
Yes.
King's Court with Sasha Banks is what we were supposed to be getting. We get a recap of last week when Sasha came back, showed up out of nowhere, interrupted Natalya, and then proceeded to attack her, pull her hair off, show blue hair. The world went nuts. And then she attacked Becky. So, that's what happened there. About people with neck injuries.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know that. But there's several that have had neck injuries that have...
I think you can just do something.
Even
if it's the Fiend coming back and choking out Sting.
Do it,
with
anything
claw.
that isn't, like, super... Yeah. I mean, anything. I think Sting is supposed to be at the 20th anniversary of SmackDown. I could be wrong, though. I feel like I saw somewhere that he's supposed to be showing up. I saw, like, a poster of something.
Yeah, poster
with him on it.
Goldberg is still the man.
Sorry, that's Becky.
Yeah, James, what are you doing?
I got it wrong. So, then we get a Becky promo. My gosh, this promo was fire, guys. This is an excellent promo. Loved it. A line that I loved is confirmed for that SmackDown. I was right.
He is the next one to get attacked.
Guys, I reported something right. You heard it here first. It was from me. That was my report. Let the world know. Shh, never mind the fact that I saw it on a poster previously. It was my report. Just saying. Just saying. Why? I don't know why. He has no connection to SmackDown's history. Another name on the show.
Matt, he was a wrestler. SmackDown is a wrestling show. He has a connection.
So, one line I loved from this Becky promo that was hot fire. The line is, Sasha Banks is the greatest wrestler to never be great.
Yes.
I thought this was an excellent promo.
It was a good promo.
The funny part is after this promo, like throughout the rest of the show, there were a whole bunch of wrestlers. Peyton Royce, well, Kathy Kelly isn't a wrestler, but she works there. And several other people that were like, man, that was a good promo.
Yeah,
I can't stop thinking about that promo because it was really good.
Definitely thought it was good.
So, I mean, that's gonna go on as a contender for like excellent promos of the year.
Yeah.
Because it was really good.
Yeah.
And that's what Becky does best. She's so good on the mic. Now, one thing. So I heard she was kind of, to be honest, I've watched every available wrestling post-show, but you guys are the best. Not overly negative, because it's cool to hate WWE. You both just say how you actually feel, and it's refreshing. I don't sugarcoat things. I'm not, like, a super negative wrestling fan, though. Like, there are a lot of people out there that are like, okay, take it or leave it. Either the show completely sucked, and this was horrible, and all I'm going to talk about is how horrible it was. And they don't focus on any, like, potentially good points.
I know, Chaos, when we started doing this, we watched some people and watched some different people talking, doing shows like this, like we're doing. And I just felt that as long as we come on and we talk about, the show, talk about the parts that we liked,
What they could improve.
You know, and I'll talk about things that I don't like or dislike, and
guys, Maven rants. You ever heard of those?
Yeah. But you know, overall, I think if you're a wrestling fan, if you don't like it, why are you watching it?
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me to go watch something that you absolutely hate, and all you're going to do is badmouth and talk bad about all the time. Every time you're out there, you know, putting on a show, if you're going to do that, then why are you even watching it?
Is Brian's announcement that NXT will go to USA Network?
No, I don't think so.
For the love of God, I only have Becky in one segment, and then
Many wrestling fans
Sasha
hate.
in two. And yes, Maven, I will still remain salty till Becky ends her for good. That is a spoiler.
They do, Scott, and I don't understand. You know, it's like the whole AEW, WWE thing, or you know.
Pause. James, I will tell you in 1 second about Becky. So just hold your horses before you chew my head off for being like, oh yeah, Sasha had 2 segments and Becky only had 1. Just wait. Continue on. I just had to tell him.
You know, the whole AEW, WWE thing where people are like, oh, I won't ever watch WWE, I won't ever watch AEW. If you like wrestling, watch it all. Whether it's New Japan Wrestling or anything, if you like wrestling, then there's no reason not to like it if it's good wrestling.
Yeah.
And even sometimes bad wrestling, as long as there's a good storyline to go with it, can be okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Becky
to mention how many times Sasha's
Sasha
defended her title successfully.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's gonna get into the good stuff.
Yeah.
The good stuff. Now, anyways, Becky. Okay. So I don't want to trash on Sasha here, but last week Becky did take a headshot from the chair, and so if you on Twitter, I follow people who have Dead Boys Fitness, who they have like a membership or whatever, and so they get like the special stuff and they like have videos and stuff. And Becky wasn't doing the full workout because she wasn't allowed to after last week, and so she like had something happen, whether it's like a concussion or if it was just they didn't want her to do anything physical this week.
Yeah, they cut out the headshot.
Yeah, because it wasn't good. It was like straight up on the back of her head. And so, James, there was a reason Becky couldn't. She wasn't supposed to.
I think
she couldn't do
situations like
physical.
that. I know that, accidents are going to happen and things.
I know, but the thing is like she kept going and she still sold it, which was fine.
She have just to sell. It's not like you can stop in the middle if you're trying to make a storyline, as long as she's not like dead or anything like that, and like unconscious. And still moving.
And so she was fine, and she walked out after, and like she's still doing everything like she normally would. She's like still working out. She just has to modify it because she's not supposed to.
Yeah.
James, be nice.
She's the botch queen. She ended up. It's.
Here's my thought. Anytime, just blame it on one person for ending her career.
Yeah, anytime you step in the ring, I think that you
have a risk of getting hurt.
Some of the risks you're taking and some of the things that can happen.
Yeah. So.
And, it's why I kind of respect them, what they do, because you never know.
Not everybody can do it.
No.
So.
Yes,
that's why Becky was only in one segment and not 2, James.
So then Jerry talks about King of the Ring tournament real quick, and then we get the Fiend music.
I blame WWE for allowing Paige to get back in the ring so soon after returning. I
would have to agree. I mean, if but then again, as a competitor,
accidents happen. All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
As a competitor,
as it's been shown many, many times.
I think it's tough. One of those situations where if everything looks good, you never know. It may look okay. It may be cleared as far as looking good and everything, and then something happens, and just because it's weakened, you have the issues. Like the re-injure it.
Brian was out. He was out for a long time. He came back. He won the Intercontinental title, and then he was out again, and he had to retire. He was forced to retire because his injury is so bad that he could not do it anymore. Then he came back. Then he had to retire again. And then he became the general manager. Then after he was healed up again, he came back.
Yep.
So, things like change. And so,
Yeah. How much will Zelina Vega play a part as Andrade manager during the King of the Ring tournament? KO versus Andrade. Good question. Depends on what they want to do with it.
I feel like Kevin Owens is going through. It'll come down to either Corbin and Owens or Drew and Owens.
Yeah. So anyway, we get to what Matt's talking about here with Fiend coming up from the depths of hell behind the King. I thought it was awesome how they did it, and they had the right camera angle.
I love the fact that Jerry was like, the lights started flickering and the noise started happening. He was like, "Oh, I'm out of here, guys.
Yeah.
I know what's happening next. I am done." I don't think Sasha would still be around if she wasn't related to Snoop.
Possibly. I think the big reason she's still around is because...
She's relevant?
I think there's a couple of reasons. I don't think they want AEW to get her.
No.
Or any other organization, for that matter.
No.
And I think they just decided, okay, we're done, just paying her to sit on the sidelines. Let's bring her back.
Yeah. Because, and honestly, what is she going to do? It's not like she can do anything. So, wouldn't you just want to come back, too?
Yeah. I hope Becky brings that up because Becky always speaks the truth. Yeah. Yahweh chance afterwards. Daniel Bryan is going to announce he's now on commentary.
No, I don't want to see the Fiend until the Madison Square Garden. I don't want them to overexpose that character. I feel like, I don't know, because I don't want him to just be a special attraction thing, because I feel like that kind of takes away from it.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to see the Fiend every week. I do think doing
I
Firefly
think if you
Funhouse,
switch between the Fiend and
like what they did with the Finn
Mr.
feud.
Rogers, character,
like what they did with Finn, where they had him attack him, and then the week after that, they did a Firefly Funhouse segment, and then the week after that, he was back, and he just kind of was in the ring but disappeared, and didn't actually mess with Finn, and then he did another.
We try and keep it clean, chaos. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah, got it. It's cool.
I do have little eyes that do watch.
So, yeah. I wouldn't mind Brian on commentary. He was great during the Cruiserweight Classic with Morrow. Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay.
That's fine.
They won't see that because I won't post it. I can see it though. Cool.
So I think something like that would be fine. Like every other week he shows up as the Fiend or whatever.
Yeah. That's just it. I think if they do it the right way, I think you could do a lot with this Bray Wyatt character.
And even then, I still don't think it's a horrible thing to have him on TV.
That's just, I hope they do kind of the multi-characters of Bray Wyatt here.
I think they should.
I wouldn't mind Brian carries great during the Cruiserweight. Yeah, I think Brian could be good on commentary, definitely. Any predictions for tomorrow night? I have no clue. I mean, till I start to see, where they're
Brian
going
and
with some of these
Rowan are supposed to announce stuff. Now, do I have a prediction as to who it is? Not a clue. I won't be shocked if it is Brian. They overexposed Nakamura. He is no longer special.
Yeah.
But the other issue with that is they never have him on TV anymore. So, why is he going after Legends? All have had a run in with Bray before, but I don't know about Jerry. Yeah.
Maybe it has something to do with the King of the Ring tournament. Jerry King Lawler.
Maybe.
I
don't know. Who has he gone after thus far? Mick.
Yeah.
Was he the first Legend that he hit?
I think so.
Mick. Kurt.
Yeah.
I think there was another one in there.
Yeah, I think so.
Who was the other one?
When he debuted on the main roster, Nakamura was on TV every week, though. Yeah, well, and I think that's one of the
I understand that.
I think the big issue WWE has is they got too many people they could put on, and they don't do it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have to look this up because I don't remember who he attacked.
And I think they could keep people fresher if they wouldn't do it that way. Mm-hmm. As far as, keeping the hype up and keeping people interested in those characters.
Yeah. I'm going to see if
I think that would be a huge way to do it.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean I want them to take 6 months off and then show up and have another 6 months off. And,
not cool.
Brock Lesnar.
Mick Foley. Kurt Angle.
I'd be fine with just seeing Funhouse Bray and not seeing The Fiend every week. Yeah, I agree. That's what they need to do. I think it keeps him relevant, keeps him out there, but you don't overdo it with the Fiend character. The roster is stacked with talent. The problem is those characters definitely it's stacked with talent. They don't use them right, and hopefully we're starting to see some changes happen with some other people being in charge, but we'll see.
Kurt Angle and Mick Foley. Who did you talk tonight? Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah.
There was a fourth guy, wasn't there? There was a fourth
Bailey's
Hall
going
of
heel.
Famer.
I'm calling it. That's why she wasn't featured last week. James, she can't go heel.
I think she's gonna. I don't know. I'm very interested.
She can go heel, but I don't think she'll be a very good heel.
Okay, I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know if she's gonna do something with Sasha, possibly, because there's been some tweets.
It's already a pattern. Yeah.
There's been some tweets where she's put up a couple things that, like, they're still buds and they're still gonna like do stuff together, but like Sasha's a heel and Bailey is like not. So would Sasha pull in? Balor was the fourth guy? I thought there was a fourth legend.
That might have been Balor.
I
Might
know
have
he
only been
attacked.
3.
I thought there were 4 legends that he attacked though. I knew he attacked Balor. I knew that.
4 legends is a lot for the few appearances. It's. Yeah, I think it might only be 3.
I thought there was a fourth one in there.
I think Balor was the 4th one.
I thought there was one after Mick Foley.
I don't think so.
Before Kurt Angle. I don't know.
Just Mick Angle and Lawler.
Weird.
So
I swear
then
there was a fourth one. I'm just going crazy.
we have Corbin and Drew versus Miz and Ricochet. Why? Nobody knows.
I don't quite understand the purpose of this. They brought them out, and so at first I thought it was like a King of the Ring match at first. And they brought Ricochet out first, and then they brought Miz out, and I was like, whoa. This is not the bracket. What are you doing? And then they brought Drew out, and I was like...
4th legend will be Taker.
I was like, what are we doing? And then they're like, oh, it's a tag match. And I was like, got it. So Baron Corbin was on TV for the first time in several months.
Mick Foley, Kurt and Drew with how many appearances? He's been there since... How long has he been back? The Fiend.
Dude, I just closed the tab, man.
I'm still sick of Corbin. Me too.
Me too. I
didn't understand this match, why they had it.
Probably just to get Corbin back out there and Miz back out there, and because they haven't been on TV Corbin hasn't been on TV in several weeks. Probably just to get them back out there.
Yeah.
To show that they're in the tournament. Which makes no sense because they've been blasting it over everywhere.
Yeah.
So.
Has he been back for 5 weeks, Chaos?
I think Finn is the only one.
Has the Fiend or Bray Wyatt been back now? I mean, like, legitimately been back where he's, like, been involved in things for 5 weeks?
I feel like it's longer than that. Again, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
I understood the Mick one.
I think that made sense because they needed to figure out a way to get him to get the mandible claw. And having him take out Mick with the mandible claw made a lot of sense.
The Kurt one...
Made no sense to me at all.
I didn't quite get.
I think it was just a legend.
And then the one tonight... if it has something to do with King of the Ring tournament,
it makes sense. Otherwise,
makes sense.
It's just another legend.
Similar to G1 where they do tag matches before their matches next week.
I suppose.
And I don't like it.
I suppose.
See, this is where I hope that WWE doesn't do fall into how many live
trying to
appearances
kill
he
Roman
had since he's come back?
Yeah, that was a thought too. That he's the one who's trying to attack Roman.
I can't see him being the one that's going to kill Roman because if it was him, I think he would just show up in the middle, lights would go out, and he would attack him.
He might be telling other people to do it.
Could be messing with his head.
A lot of people have wanted it to be Harper, so Harper can be used, and then if they use Harper with Bray, and then possibly pull Eric Rowan back in.
6 appearances.
Hopefully Luke Harper. I think that would be good. And then if Harper was working for Bray,
well,
I
then
think
it makes sense
cool.
if because Buddy Murphy could always say, "Well, I saw a big guy
And he had a beard, and I thought it was...
Yeah. I mean, I understand, different
twisted.
colored.
Well, yeah,
if
obviously.
it's in the dark,
but if it's, like, dark and you can just see, like, their shadow and stuff.
Yeah.
New Twisted White Family. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
I would be very curious to see what kind of character Harper would take on.
Yeah.
Mercy the Buzzard. No, I'm kidding.
2 SmackDown appearances and 4 Raw appearances.
I feel like they got to do something with Mercy and Abby the Witch and all the other ones. Like I feel like they're gonna do something with them, right?
They might. I don't
like
know.
Bring them to life.
Somehow, some way.
Because we haven't seen Abby the Witch or what's his butt on the thing, and then like Ramblin' Rabbit is like scared of him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I gotta get out of here. The Fiend is coming.
Yeah.
Like he's creeped out by it.
Yep.
So I don't know. Maybe they're doing something with him. Maybe they're not.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna.
So again, in other words, we did not get Sasha in this segment.
No. So the Corbin Drew versus Miz Ricochet match.
Oh yeah, we were still talking about Bray.
Oh yeah. Nikki Cross
And my.
No.
Forget I said.
I'm gonna hate that they ruined her. Yeah, I agree, and I would not be shocked if she doesn't end up with him.
Okay, I have a couple things to say about Nikki Cross, but I'm gonna wait.
About wanting to leave. Well, I think if you're Harper, you have to make a choice. Do you want to just stick around and do nothing? Or, which, I mean, I understand.
But the issue is Vince won't let him get out of his contract.
Yeah.
He keeps adding time onto it and won't let him leave.
So the rumors are true. Vince is going to make changes to NXT late September. I will believe it when I see it, but it wouldn't shock me.
I agree. I have some things to say about Nikki Cross. Matt, you're probably not going to like them, but you know what? It's okay. I'm not going to say them now. We're going to wait until the tag match. Sorry. Going to keep you on the edge of your seat.
So Corbin Drew versus Miz Ricochet match. So, okay,
Ricochet
match.
and Miz get the win.
Yeah.
Don't see the purpose to this at all.
Nah, I didn't either.
That's a main event spotlight. I highly doubt it's Harper. I mean, if we were writers, it would be Harper. But it'll probably be
But if he's
Brian.
working for the Fiend, and the Fiend is making him do it, then it ties right into it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they could turn it into making sense that it's Harper. Funny thing is, only 3 of the 4 Sanity members are still using their Sanity entrances. Yeah.
So then we get a Booker T Skype call.
Why? I don't know.
Because he was a former King of the Ring.
Okay, so what?
That's why. And they were talking to the different people.
Yeah.
Buddy Murphy is a part of the storyline.
Yes.
I know. I think he's more so of just the messenger.
Yeah, I would say so too.
The messenger that just keeps getting beat up. Because they don't like the messages that he's bringing.
Wonder who he's going to blame next.
For all we know, it could be one of us.
Yeah.
We better watch out.
That's a lot of TT time after saying F you to the company and wanting to leave.
Yeah.
I agree, but obviously the Revival worked for the Revival, worked for Sasha.
Could work for him too.
So, it's worked out for people in the past.
So, I don't know.
So we'll have to see what happens.
So Booker T Skype call. They essentially are just talking about King of the Ring and who he thinks is going to win. So Kalisto got in trouble for a tweet. I saw that he said he was a free agent or something like that. And then he deleted it.
That's interesting.
Man, you can't go around doing things like that.
No.
Come on, fool. Trying to get yourself fired? Oh, wait, he won't fire you. He'll just add 6 years to your contract, so you have to sit there. It's fine. It's fine. So he says that...
definitely not going anywhere now.
He says that his pick for... I also saw that. Kalisto was blocking people left and right for some reason. I don't know why. I really don't know. I don't know what his deal is right now. He's been hanging out with Sasha. Maybe he's going.
Well, the thing is right now with NXT getting ready to go to 2 hours, some of those guys may have had a chance to get on there.
Never liked him, anyways.
Yeah, I wasn't
didn't
a huge
like
fan.
Lucha House Party.
Yeah,
no, not really. So Booker T says that his pick is Drew. Renee says that her pick is Drew. And Michael Cole says that his pick is Drew. Guess who's not going to win? Drew.
Yeah.
I have little faith that Drew is going to win at this point because the 3 of them have now said they are picking Drew.
Yeah.
I just don't see it happening. So it's probably going to be Corbin who's our new King of the Ring, which is going to be absolutely excellent.
I called it. It wouldn't shock me. That'd be funny, little Fettuccine.
The finals is actually going to be KO and Shane.
Yeah.
It should be Kevin Owens who wins King of the Ring for all of his troubles, you know. Oh, I forget. We get to see the rest of this. You have to pay me a lot of money storyline tomorrow. Woohoo!
Yeah.
WWE films new movie, The Marine 7 Firefly Funhouse, starring John Cena and The Miz and Bray Wyatt as The Fiend, and special appearances by Dolph Ziggler, Evil Vince, and Brock Lesnar. Oh boy, what a movie.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Movie. So then we get AJ versus Braun in a U.S. title match. This doesn't go very far because OC gets involved in the match, and they attack Braun. Well, then Seth comes out to save the day.
Yes.
Pretty self-explanatory. Then we get Braun backstage. He says Seth. Seth shows up behind him and says, I know the way you looked at my title last week. I know you want a shot at it. And if it were up to me, you'd be my next challenger. But right now we need to take care of the OC. So I'm going to see if I can get us a match later tonight against Gallows and Anderson for the tag team titles. And I was like, oh boy. Should be fun. Should be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Matt. Hold up. I'm going to talk about that. Continue on.
I
need you to scroll so we can continue on.
Sorry.
Because we got to get there.
Well, do you want me to talk about the Braun thing that I said?
Oh, sure.
After this happened, I said Braun and Seth are winning the titles.
I knew they were winning the titles.
I mean, immediately after
I knew the match was going to be made and they were going to win the titles. I knew it.
Yeah.
So I think it could be an interesting storyline going forward. Because now, if they hold the titles all the way to Clash of Champions, Seth is going to have to defend his singles title and the tag team titles.
Yeah.
So they defend the titles together, and then later in the evening they have a match against each other.
Yeah.
I could see that happening.
It's
it's not like they have other tag teams to face them.
That's what I've said about the women's division. I mean, why they have tag team titles for the women's division, there's not enough women in the division to be doing it.
I don't want to see Braun have 2 matches.
Yeah.
I feel like he would, though, because I think he's going to be the next challenger for the Universal Championship. And he's the title holder right now for the tag championships.
Yeah.
So I would assume that that both guys are going to have 2 matches.
It'd be interesting to see what they do.
Against each other, and then once to defend their tag titles.
Yeah.
I could very well see it happening.
And that's why I thought they would do that. That's why I thought they would win. Is this a replay of Sean and Stone Cold winning the tag belts?
Sean is Seth and Braun is Stone Cold here. The way he was looking at the Universal title belt.
Yeah.
Belt, that made no sense. Universal
What has
belt.
Braun done to earn a title match?
He was there last week. It really,
What has anybody done to win a title shot?
Let's just, we need to stop with that because
seems like anybody that
I pull that crap all the time, and I'm always like, oh, what did Lacey do to get a title shot? And everybody's like, nothing. That's why she got it.
The thing is,
awesome. So the people that are actually out there like working their butts off and stuff, they don't get title matches. Awesome. Love how that logic. Love the logic there.
Well, I think I have a rant for that.
Okay, Export, go ahead.
It's like when Bailey just said Ember was the number 1 contender.
I didn't have a problem with that, actually.
And an awesome last man standing. Yeah, see?
Yes!
He's at least won a match.
He did. Gee, are we going to get another Ricochet and AJ feud again? I hope not.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think Ricochet's off doing other things.
Yeah,
good for him.
Yeah, I think.
I just don't know who's going to go for the U.S. title next.
No, I don't know.
No idea.
Yeah,
a match. Yeah. I don't know.
I think the big thing is if you look at again, they don't put emphasis on the titles. I don't think. Yeah, the main event,
at least title contendership. No.
Well, do they really put an emphasis on the titles?
Some titles. It depends on what the title is.
Which ones?
I feel like right now there is an emphasis on the U.S. title. They're using it more. And it's out there more.
Okay.
I would say Raw Women's Championship and the 24/7 title. Because in my mind right now, the Universal Championship isn't a huge deal because Brock has held it for so long and nobody cares. Because Brock has held it so long and they didn't do anything with it on him. So
Ricochet's great, but he has no character aside from being a regular fit. Yeah, I agree. He needs to get better on the mic to get himself over.
But
better.
the issue is like we haven't even seen him on the mic though. So like I don't know how we can sit here and say that.
The couple times he's been on the mic, he hasn't been great.
He's been on the mic a total of maybe 2-3 times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I think it's been fine.
It
But
was okay.
they're not giving him anything more than, oh, Elias, you suck, and I'm going to beat the crap out of you. So how are we supposed to see if that's good or not when he's like, Elias, you suck, and I'm going to beat the crap out of you?
Well, they could have had him do a little more with that.
They could have, but
It
they
didn't take
didn't.
Vince long to ruin Ricochet.
Rock got married. I saw that. I saw that on Twitter. Did you see that on Twitter?
Yes, I did see that on Twitter.
Honestly, in all honesty, I thought he was married to Lauren. So,
Yeah, you thought wrong.
well, I did.
Yeah,
They've been together for so long. I just thought they were married.
yeah.
They're not.
They are now.
They are now, though.
Yeah.
It didn't take Vince long to ruin Ricochet. I don't think he ruined Ricochet, per se. I just don't think they've used him
The right way.
in the way that they should have used him.
No.
But I don't think they ruined him. Would you agree with that? Because if they wanted to ruin him, they would have pulled, like, I don't even know.
Well, I think the big thing is he's been out there. What? That makes no sense. Brock is legit. He won to beat everyone in that locker room in a real fight. Imagine social media when Bruno held.
Okay, but the issue I have with this is Brock wasn't there 90% of the time.
And that's
I don't care if Brock is a legitimate fighter or not.
The one thing I don't like about it, because, I mean...
I don't care. That doesn't matter to me.
It's like
if he is not there with the championship and the championship isn't made a big deal, nobody's going to care about it.
No.
Having that belt put on Brock hurt that belt so much. It really did.
Yeah.
There is no way we're getting around that. Not at all.
I think the best thing Brock did was put over Seth.
I do agree with that. I think
The way he put him over, too.
what they should have done is instead of putting that title back on him before, when you had Money in the Bank, I think they should have waited longer for him to cash in his briefcase. They should have done it at a different time. And I think they should have let the Money in the Bank thing draw out longer.
Yeah.
Because people actually liked him.
Yeah.
They put the belt back on him, and everybody was like, oh, awesome. It's back on Brock, who never shows up to work 90% of the time, and awesome. Well, let's get used to not seeing the belt on TV again. Sweet.
If Seth and Braun are feuding, why give them tag belts? I think it was all set up to... I don't know why. My thought was... and I don't know how they're going to do it at the pay-per-view or how long they're going to keep the titles as a tag team.
And Brock shouldn't have won Money in the Bank. I think that was the best spot for Brock.
When you have so many real tag teams on Raw, plus aren't OC meant to be booked to be strong. Yeah, I agree with you, Export, as far as that goes. But I think the one thing is I think they're trying to set up something a little bit different in the way they're doing it. I think that they could take a different angle with this. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
Brock being there only a few times a year is realistic. He's the last boss of any video game. Ricochet was
did you guys see Aleister Black and Bray Wyatt going back and forth on Twitter? Did you see it?
No.
I didn't see it either. Ricochet was cleaned by Corbin. Yes. Nope. Brock shouldn't have won him, I think.
I think it was the best spot for him. He didn't have to be on TV every week. And we knew he was Money in the Bank. He had the briefcase. I think where they kind of overdid it is having Heyman come out every week and being like, Brock's going to cash in, Brock's going to cash in, Brock's going to cash in, Brock's going to cash in.
Brock being there only a few times a year is realistic. He is the boss of any video game. I
And
think
then
the one
Hogan
issue
never used to
you
wrestle
have
on
is if
TV
you want
back in the day. Okay. I don't have a problem with Brock not being there 90% of the year. If it was just Brock.
The thing
When
is,
he has the championship, that's where I have a problem with it because that is supposed to be your biggest title and it is defended 4 times a year when Brock holds it. 4 times a year. That would be pretty much at the 4 big pay-per-views. That would be WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, and Survivor Series. That would be about it. Maybe he has a pay-per-view here and there that's like a small, whoop-de-dingle-do pay-per-view that isn't one of the big 4. Maybe he defends it once. But it's a mistake.
Hogan never used to wrestle on TV back in the day. I agree Hogan didn't wrestle as much on TV, but they also didn't have Raw and SmackDown. They didn't have it out there as much as they do now.
Black was like, I have this door.
And I think if you're going to have your big guy out there, I think he has to be the face of your company. I think he better be out there being the face of your company.
I agree. And that's why I have a problem with it. Name someone in WWE now that's more of a household name.
Well, they don't let anybody do it.
That doesn't matter to me.
Brock Lesnar's a household name because of what he did.
And he's been there for freaking ever.
Well, he's a household name because of MMA and all that stuff.
Not because of WWE. I mean, people know him from WWE, but they know him more from MMA and the UFC stuff.
Well, it's like Ronda.
Exactly. 100%. Like James Ellsworth. Oh, export. Drop the mic. Oh, Chaos, you just got burned. No, I'm kidding. No, but for real, I don't care if there's anybody who's more of a household name than Brock Lesnar. That doesn't matter. They could put the championship on any of their big stars that they have that are there full time. I feel like it really does take away from the division. If you, what does that say? If you put the championship on Brock, who is never there, but yet he's the champion, and you have these people that are here busting their butts every week who want to be champion, and they are not given that opportunity because, it's Brock Lesnar. That's where I have a problem with it. Because he doesn't come in and he doesn't work for his title shots.
Yeah.
That's the problem I have. And that's why nobody likes him.
Black was like, I have this door, and Bray was like, that's crazy, I have a door too. That's interesting.
Different. I mean, they will soon.
So I wonder if they'll go
Alexa
somewhere with
and
it.
Nikki.
Or if they're just kind of like bantering back and forth. And then,
I think a lot of that we've gone through.
Yeah. Just making sure.
I don't know. I just have a problem with Brock being champ.
Yeah.
He was champ for way too long.
As long as he shows up, I'm cool with him being champ.
See, that's where, if he showed up and actually put in the work sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So then we have the first round match of Cesaro versus Joe.
First round match for King of the Ring.
Yeah. It was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't fine. That does matter when nobody else is ready to take that from him. Everyone busting their butts can't get over to the point of anyone.
I think one of the issues you have right now is they don't
let
let people
them.
get over.
That's the issue. They don't let them get over.
If rumors are true, and they change this Fiend character and do something different with him, it'd be the dumbest thing they've ever done. And it'd show that they're not going to let certain people get over.
Get over and get to be big. They just won't. They don't let it happen.
I can't see him changing the character, but, weirder things have happened, so we'll see. Yeah, again, it was an okay match. I think the big issue is
worst. I think it had a good showing for Cesaro.
Well, I think the one thing you have Cesaro and Joe, who, Joe's had some wins recently. But really, these two haven't really, won a lot.
No.
In the last couple months.
I would have probably put Cesaro up against.
And it's not their fault.
No, it's not.
I think it's just the fact that, I think it's a tough match to really get excited for when they haven't really pushed them.
I probably would have put Cesaro against Cedric.
Yeah.
Because I think that would have worked. And then I would have just flip. Oh, you lost internet. Well, that's not good.
You got it back because you just typed to us.
I would have flip-flopped. I would have had Cesaro fight
Unless he's on his phone.
Cedric, and then have Joe fight Sammy, and just have Sammy get squashed. Because either way, he was getting squashed. Yeah. He had no chance.
Yeah.
So that's what I would have done, and then you could have had Cedric over. There is no let them. Charisma can't be hidden if they're good enough. If who thinks differently, they will chant like Daniel Bryan a few years ago.
I agree, but the problem is
but they don't.
WWE will squash it in a hurry, and they'll pull them off of.
Shane,
how you doing, Shane?
What's up?
WWE will pull them off and pull them back so they don't get over, bigger than.
The sad thing is they did it to Becky.
Yeah.
They did it to Becky. Becky was on cloud 9. She was top of the world. And then they pulled the rug out from under her, and they totally killed her momentum by doing all the stupid stuff with the crutch.
Yeah.
They really did. They screwed her over. They took her off TV for several weeks because she was suspended, and then she had the crutch thing. And, I think it built her up kind of as an underdog, but she was on the verge of being the biggest star that they had. And then they just ruined it. Because after the Royal Rumble, that's what she was. When she won, that's what she was.
Yeah.
She was on the verge of becoming one of their biggest stars.
You thought Raw was a great show, Shane?
I did too. I thought it was a great show.
It was solid. So then we had the Elias farewell concert.
It's not unheard of. They've done it before.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
Elias farewell concert keeps getting feedback on the mic.
This was so stupid. That was more of a concert than what Elias gave us.
Yes.
You're welcome, people. If they're good enough, it doesn't matter. Bray was hated and everyone complained before he came back. But, Ryan.
Yes.
Satan reported Vince was there. Yeah.
I saw it.
If they're good enough, it doesn't matter. Bray was hated and everyone complained before he came back. Yes. I understand that. But,
I think bringing Bray back right now when they did what they're doing with him, or what he's doing, everything that's going on right now is he's getting over.
Yeah.
Because of the character he's doing.
Yeah.
Now, if Vince decides the rumors are true, which I don't think they are, about toning it down and, pulling back on some of that, why would you do that?
Why? You're going to lose a lot of people. First. Next, that would just be plain stupid. And Vince needs to be, put on some sanity medication or something. Because man, it's not... It would
Glad
be
Cedric's
dumb.
a Paul Heyman guy.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too, man. Me too. Because it would have been... It would be dumb if they're going to pull the rug out from under Bray, too.
Yeah.
Again,
let's see where they go with it.
As I said, it's not unheard of because they've done it with many people over the last couple of years.
Did Rusev get over?
Yes.
What happened to him?
He hasn't been on TV in what feels like years.
What'd they do with him?
New performance and stop spreading propaganda. I haven't seen it yet. I didn't look at it.
And I had said when I saw the tweet and the guy posted it, I was like, dude,
what's your problem?
First off, the commercials are worse than Bray Wyatt that they show. So when you talk about advertisers wanting to have it toned down, you got to be kidding. When Sharknado commercials are being put on, and It commercials are being put on, and whatever.
He said, stop spreading this propaganda and fire your informants.
Whatever other, movies that are not.
For it alone, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the commercials are worse than Bray Wyatt.
Bro, there's that. I don't know if you guys get those stupid commercials, but there's a new Sharknado movie or something, and
that's
there's
that's what I said.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't listening. Sorry,
yeah,
I was looking at the thing.
Yeah.
But it's blood and chopping people's heads off and
yeah. I mean it's
guys, come on, that's graphic for a commercial. Okay,
yeah.
I don't want to see that stuff. Okay, I mean, like, I do watch it. I sit there through it because it's a
Yeah,
commercial.
no,
But, like, I don't want to see that stuff.
yeah. So
Come
anyway.
on. Why are we complaining about the commercials?
So Elias has a farewell concert.
Not really.
Yeah, basically gets cut. Truth comes out in the skies, tries to pin him, doesn't work out.
Had 2 different matches planned for Mania 32.
Did you know that Bray had 2
It
different
was
matches
Android
planned
TV.
for Mania 32?
What were they? Do you know? Let me know, Matt. So Truth tries to beat up Elias. He
Yeah.
did. He just didn't pin him
Yeah, Elias
properly.
ended up walking back.
This was stupid.
Yeah, pretty much.
They are ruining the 24/7 belt.
Pretty much.
And I never want to see Elias again. I'm sorry. I don't.
Bray was really set to face Sting, but Sting got hurt. The other was Brock, and Brock said no. Well, I don't blame Brock for saying nope.
So then he
Hey,
got
no,
stuck
someone
with
is
The
taking
Rock.
Attitude Era Reverse.
He got stuck with
KO
The
stunning
Rock.
people like Stone Cold, Montez Ford acting like The Rock.
Bray
Becoming Mankind, Undertaker. Yes.
Yeah? Yeah? I would say so.
I think you just kind of have to, pull in some old stuff.
But,
Make
okay,
things
my
better.
question is there really an original character at this point?
No.
Everybody pulls something from
Moxley
somewhere.
was stuck with Lesnar.
Yeah. Everybody pulls something in from somewhere.
Yeah.
So there really isn't a super original character, so to speak, anymore.
No.
There really isn't. Bray was originally set to face Sting. Sting got hurt, and Brock said nope. Yeah, and then he did the thing with The Rock and getting taken out by Legends and John Cena. Right? That was WrestleMania 32, I think.
Undertaker was pretty original.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
I'm really
I mean,
talking more so talking about now. That's what I mean.
Matt Riddle.
It's like, are there really any original gimmicks now? Like, a lot of them are they pull parts and pieces from a lot of old gimmicks, you know?
Homie debuted in 91.
I mean gimmicks right now, guys. Sorry, I should have made myself more clear. Gimmicks of right now, a lot of people, they just pull bits and pieces from anywhere. So is there really such a thing as an original gimmick anymore?
Well, I think you pull something from, from what you've watched in the past.
That's what I mean. You know, you might come up with something new, which is fine. And that's cool. And I guess, that's an original
I think Bray,
situation.
this character with Bray is kind of original, but I mean, it's pulling stuff from...
Yeah. I mean, I think, again, a lot of stuff is just, watch stuff
MJF
from...
is good.
Mm-hmm. I love MJF.
Billy thinks she's Macho Man.
So a lot of people pull in a lot of different things from watching the older stuff, and that's kind of where they get their gimmicks.
I think,
I don't know where Ollie got his gimmick from. Follow the light.
Velveteen Dream, though, if you look at some of the old wrestlers, there's some old wrestlers that have
been like flamboyant and
had kind of his character. I think he's kind of elevated it, but I mean, there's Nakamura is definitely original.
I mean, I'm not saying that all the characters are.
Give me a hug.
I'm not saying that all the characters are derived from older stuff, but you know what I mean. They all have like bits and pieces that are just kind of reused. They've been used by multiple people over and over again. There are pieces that are totally their own thing that they came up with, and they're like, oh, this is so cool, and I think this would make an awesome gimmick. And we're all like, wow, that is so cool. Or we're all like, yeah, that sucked.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
So, I mean, it's cool. Ollie, I don't know. Ollie seems like a pretty...
I think MJF is just doing a lot of,
MJF is like just being a heel, man.
Yeah.
Good old-fashioned heel.
He just doesn't like anybody.
And the Wyatt family was an original gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah? Prince Ali. Oh, well. Isn't that Aladdin? Yes, it is. I wish they would have kept his first name Mustafa Ali.
Isn't that Aladdin?
It is Aladdin. I don't know, man. I just think I wish they would have kept his first name. Sandy was also original. See, I'm saying there's a lot of original stuff, but there's also a lot of stuff that is derived from other things.
Well, I think they pull in...
Jeez, guys, you're pointing out all the things that are original.
The thing is, if I went back and looked, there's probably...
remember them. I don't.
I could go back and look at...
MJF is a non-PG Miz. You are so right. That is so funny. That is so true, though.
He is.
He really is.
Yeah.
He totally is. But I feel like people like MJF more because he's like he doesn't like hold back the truth, and he tells it like it is. Sanity is nasty boys.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see Sanity being nasty boys type
situation.
Yeah.
So
you could always go back and look and find wrestlers from the past where they've pulled in like similar.
Poor EC3. If only he was given a chance on the mic. I agree. The poor guy. I don't know. I just feel so bad. Nasty boys were not. So then we get the Rey Mysterio segment. And this, I was not gonna lie, I kind of almost thought things were gonna happen. So Rey is like, you know, I have been having issues in my career, and I think these injuries are catching up to me, and you know, I can't hang with the new guys, is essentially what he's saying. So he's like,
I hate Rey son.
I think it's time to take the mask off.
I don't think he's a good actor.
He needs some more promo classes.
Yeah.
This is what... Okay, I will talk about...
Dad, I love you.
I will talk about my thoughts on this in just a second.
Go watch Warriors and tell me that, yeah, they're your gimmick.
There's...
Yeah, I mean, it's you know... I agree.
So Rey is like, I think it's time to take off the mask. And then Dominic comes in out of nowhere and is like, whoa, Dad, stop.
Rey's been around for a long time.
When I debut, I want to debut with my dad. So don't do this. I love you. Keep your mask on. Fight another day. I love you.
Maybe with NXT going to USA, if that's where they're headed, which is, you know, rumors again. Unmasked Rey is weak. Yes, definitely. I agree, Shane. Maybe if they're going to NXT, maybe that's where they'll debut him, is in NXT in a couple weeks.
Or maybe they won't, and they'll just put him on the main roster to have him have a match with Rey, because I will not be shocked if they do that.
And
I said months ago, I would not be shocked if that's what they did.
Awesome.
Okay, so I saw stuff that,
Dominic needs a HBK's promo class.
I saw that Dominic was not ready to get in the ring, so I was like, okay, so what are they going to do? Have Rey, like...
Everything can be forgotten, Matt.
Didn't, like, Rey... Is he going to retire, or what's happening with this? And so then, like, we do this whole thing, and they get Dominic involved, which I wasn't shocked that they did. I just don't know what they're going to do with it, because there have been so many reports of Dominic not being ready in the ring because he hasn't had enough training. So if they expect to bring him up and make him look good, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then the fact that his promos are not great,
Yeah,
and it's been shown.
His promos aren't good.
So...
He needs a lot of work.
He does. So you can't bring him into this thing if he's not really ready. So this means that Rey is going to be sticking around for a long time.
That'd be a good place for him, Matt. By the way, we have 2 world champions who are double champs.
Right now. Who would that be? Seth. And...
New Day as a team has run its... Definitely.
Seth.
I agree, Chaos.
Who's the other one?
New Day has kind of run its course.
Alright, I gotta look this up. Seth, and who's the other one? Who's the other double champ?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who the double champs are.
Me too. Seth. Pause. I'm gonna figure this out. Seth. They gotta update this. No longer the. No longer. Seth. Who's the other one? Kofi? Kofi is...
New Day.
Oh, did he win the Up, Down championship? Hold up. Is that what we mean here? Because I feel like that could be totally accurate. if he won the Up Up Down Down Championship. Don't forget the freaking... I think he won the Up Up Down Down Championship. I think he... Hold up.
What's the up? What are you talking about?
Championship.
No, Seth did.
Seth won it? Are you sure? Who won it? Who's the champ? I don't know who the Up Up Down Down champ is. I know Seth won it at the tournament. I know he did. But then I thought there was another match. Because I thought there was another one.
Seth beat Joe for it.
Yeah, I know that. Matt, I watched the live stream. I know.
Unless you count the freebies rule for New Day.
I suppose.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
hold up. I gotta go to the YouTube.
He's gonna have to defend it now, isn't he?
Oh, because of Xavier.
Yeah.
Okay, that also makes sense.
So yeah.
Yeah, because I guess would it just slice championship has to go over to, unless they are gonna make them relinquish them, which I think would kind of be stupid.
Freebird. Yes, the Freebirds.
Or the freebies. Freebies rule for New Day. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, is he the Up Up Down on champ?
Until Kofi defends the tag titles, I say no. I think he's going to have to,
He's
isn't
going
he?
to have to, because Woods was taken out. Which we're getting to.
I mean, if they're going to play that storyline with him being hurt. So then we get the new... We'll talk about it right now real quick. New Day vs. Revival.
Ends in DQ.
I thought this was cool what they did with this.
I did too. It makes me really hate Randy Orton.
And Randy Orton came from nowhere.
He looks like a jerkwad. A giant
as of right now.
jerkwad. Like, he's a jerkwad. So Randy gets involved, and it ends in a DQ. He RKO's Biggie, and then Biggie was out of the picture for the rest of the thing.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't show up again. And then Kofi comes out.
I think he killed him.
Kofi comes out to help, and he gets RKO'd.
It's the longest anybody's ever been down from an RKO.
And then Woods saves Kofi from getting RKO'd again a second time. But he gets RKO'd himself. Then Woods gets ripped apart by the Revival. And Kofi has to watch it. So sad. This makes Randy look like a jerk face.
This was awesome.
I think it was fine. I really hate Randy now.
You had a heel.
Which I think is good.
Being a heel.
I think it'll be good. I don't necessarily know if I love the Revival and Randy Orton team together. Because I feel like the Revival
I'm
is
down for the Revival and Orton being in a stable.
I'm kind of iffy. I feel like the Revival are still kind of
I
a
think what's
joke
gonna happen
tag
is
team, but I feel like they could be...
Okay, but here's what I think.
Based on what they've done recently, I feel like they're kind of a joke tag team. Not talking about their whole career, guys, before you rip me to shreds, because I know it's coming.
Orton will use the Revival to get to Kofi, and I think what they're going to do is they're going to spin this to make it bigger, because I think the reaction that they got from Orton and Kofi before was kind of I think doing it this way, it's more of what is Randy Orton doing? Although some people were clapping for him. In the
guys, okay, the Revival needed something, and I get that. I understand that. I just don't know if I love this. They'll have to see, because as of right now, I'm not loving it. I just think it's like
it was a good twist. I thought it was awesome.
Well, he helped him last week. The Revival helped him last week. I think the Randy thing is fine. Randy ripping them to shreds is fine. Randy doing this is fine. Being a jerk face.
People are done with it. Yeah, New Day needs to step aside or something. They need to split them up, or I think the big issue is they're out there and they have the titles, so they're seeing a lot.
Okay, I think the issue is with New Day, in my opinion, why I'm not so inclined
they throw pancakes.
Why I'm not so inclined to watch them.
Need him to punt kicks
at this point in time. I am fine. I don't know. I feel like they just need to drop all their titles and then just go back to being like the three of them going out there doing stuff. Because I feel like Kofi, majority of the time, is off doing his own thing. So we barely ever see him with the other two guys until now.
Yes.
And now when he's around them, they're all getting ripped to shreds.
Yeah, I agree.
But I feel like with the last several weeks, he hasn't really been a part of New Day, so in my opinion, it hasn't really felt like New Day. And, like, I don't know. I don't think the singles run is working for their trio. And I think he needs to drop his title. And I would even go as far as to say that I think they need to drop the tag titles and just not be champions for quite some time.
Well, that's what I was saying.
And give them to somebody else. Not because I feel like they can't be champions or they shouldn't be champions. I just think that for right now, just to kind of rebuild them as a trio stable, they don't need any championships to do that. Because I feel like then that is just going back to having the two defend it and then the one has to stand at ringside.
Well, I personally think they've lost a lot of respect from the fans because of the fact they are champions.
You know, I don't know.
I think people liked them better when they were, you know, New Day, bring out a trumpet, you know, or trombone, play it and throw pancakes to everybody. And, you know, when they tried to make them serious and have them be champions, I think that's where people started to kind of, like, get turned off by them. I'm tired of hearing Kofi win the title on his own at WrestleMania. Yeah. I mean, it's. I think.
I don't know. I think his singles run is just getting kind of stale.
It might be best for him.
I think the magic is just kind of worn off.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think he needs to drop the title to somebody. And now I don't know if Randy Orton is the right person to do that.
I don't think right now anybody that you put in the ring with Kofi, I don't think it's going to get a big. There's going to be a big, you know, big push from the crowd, and it's going to be a big pop. I just don't think it'll be that.
You'll need more than 5 years. I'm going to plug your show on everyone else's show. Okay, then.
Whatever you want to do, Chaos.
It's fine with us. I mean, I'm not going to stop you.
Someone said Bray Wyatt.
I
don't know as far as being champion. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, like putting him in the ring with Kofi.
I don't know if Bray. I mean, if you're gonna have Bray destroy him,
Fine.
Then there's gonna be a pop. Just because right now Bray is.
But if you have Kofi put up somewhat of a fight, I feel like that's not gonna.
Oh yeah, he's built a title match he's never got. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think they need to have all of them drop their titles and then just kind of rebuild them, rebrand them maybe. Not necessarily. No, I don't want to say rebrand though because I feel like their gimmick is fine.
Well, it's fine if you're not going to have them in the title.
Yes, I think it's fine, but I think they just need to like maybe cool them off a little bit and then bring them back.
They should chase around the 24/7 with their gimmick.
No, I wouldn't want to see that.
Why not?
Because I feel like that's just even more of a joke. I feel like they're a step ahead of that.
But you think about what they do. They throw pancakes and play a trombone when they come out.
I don't care. That's their gimmick.
Yeah, okay.
Lucha House Party is worse than them.
So if anything, Bray should be Randy for the title because Randy was the one. And they could tie in the storyline that, you know, Randy burnt at his house.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess. I just don't want the championship put on Randy.
No.
Like, I just really don't. I feel like they need to put it on somebody different.
I don't know. With the way it depends because with the way Randy did tonight, I thought it was awesome what they did with him tonight.
I thought it was cool and fine.
And the way they did
it was
awesome.
The ruthless Randy thing, it just
it
makes
wasn't
me
the
hate
slow,
him.
methodical Randy Orton.
It makes me hate him and not want to see him as champion.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Like,
it'd be interesting.
Not in a sense of like, oh, he would suck as champion, but like, I just don't want to see him as champion. I feel like he's been champ so many times. I just don't want to see it. I want to see somebody else given a spot.
Well,
you know?
We'll see what happens.
I still want to see Ali and Kofi. And have Ali take the title from Kofi, but that's not going to happen, guys.
Plus Vince wants the title on Orton.
I don't care what Vince wants.
See, I wouldn't mind seeing him have the title. Randy burning his house down and killed his god sister, Abigail. Yeah, she's going to come back as
Shane.
What's he talking about? Me question mark. I'm not sure where he's going with that.
Shane, I don't want to see you as champion.
Yeah, Oh, that's what we're talking about.
Got it.
Got you.
Sure.
I follow now, Shane.
I have no idea what we're talking
Randy
about.
burned his house
I just
down
made
and killed
that up, man.
his god sister, Abigail.
I completely just made that up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's just it. I think that would be cool.
Shane.
Sorry, Shane. If you were champ, you would be above our show, and we like having you on our show, so it's just one of those things.
know what happens when I make him mad, dude.
Shane Man will beat Kofi.
No, he will not.
Yeah, God, I hope not.
I will break the computer and there will be no show if Shane beats Kofi.
She's not breaking any computer, guys. Don't worry about that.
Like...
She will have nothing.
No.
I'll be selling all her stuff.
He will not.
To buy me a new computer.
Kofi. I will physically hop on a plane and fly wherever they are having the stupid pay-per-view.
I'm not sure
stop
she's going to do that without a job.
I will physically stop Shane from winning the championship.
Yeah,
I'll steal the championship. And then guess what, guys? I'm going to be the WWE champion by myself.
In Fire Pro, I'm every champ.
Okay, that's cool. So yeah, we have the segment. Then we get the Sasha interview,
which was pointless. I didn't get this whole thing.
I did.
What's with Cole doing all the interviews here?
I don't know. That's what he does. That's all he's good for now.
But he hasn't been doing that.
I don't know.
Like tonight's the first night they've done that, isn't it?
No, they've done it a couple times. You've just not noticed.
Maybe I walk out of the room or something when he does it.
So WWE said what the winner of King of the Ring will get if they win.
They get a crown.
And to be called king.
Yeah.
And they're going to gloat that all over everywhere. Don't say that. Because Lawler got taken out. Yeah, that's why they had to have this segment. Everybody was kind of like, what? Okay, that was stupid. Because we didn't get to see Sasha.
I get the whole Lawler getting taken out thing, but just the fact
hold
that...
on, let me go through the segment. Hold up. Thank you. So Sasha says last week that she looked in the mirror and she said...
I have blue hair.
Blue is totally my color. And the world loved it. And this is what the world is talking about. And Cole is like, Sasha, nobody is talking about your blue hair. And I was like, whoa. We are all talking about her blue hair because it was purple when she left, and it is now blue. And we were all like, what? And he was all like, no one's talking about your hair. It was really funny, though. And then he was like, why did you attack Natty and Becky? Okay? Why? And she was like, you're welcome.
Yes.
I think this was a good segment. I don't think she needed to do a whole bunch of talking. Why does her hair matter? I don't care. Because it was new. I did not have a problem with the segment. I feel like they didn't really have to have her explain herself. Becky went for Sasha. In a whole bunch of interviews before SummerSlam, she called out Sasha. That's what she did. And I feel like we really don't need an explanation as to why she attacked her. I feel like it's pretty obvious. Now, Natalya, not so much. I feel like she's just going after everybody because she can. And she's back. And she is. Natty happened to be the last person that Becky was dealing with.
I mean, she went after Natty. She's gone after Natty a couple times now. So it may just be a thing with her and Becky. And so I don't know. We'll see. I know Owen's got a title match. See, I don't remember King of the Ring ever getting a title shot.
I don't either. I know it was just you get to be called king and you get to gloat that all over everywhere.
I don't remember.
I don't think Stone Cold got a title shot.
No, and that's... I don't think King of the Ring got a title shot. I think they just got the fact that they got to wear a crown and...
Call themselves king.
Yeah.
And get to gloat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So, I think the segment was fine. I didn't have a problem with it. I don't think she has to do a whole bunch of talking. Cool. Next segment. Nikki and Alexa versus Fire and Desire. Alright. So Nikki ended up pinning Sonya to get the win. I have a problem with that. Nikki should not be pinning.
I would like to see it mean something to Export.
Nikki should not be pinning Sonya in any capacity.
Why?
Because I just don't feel that she should.
Why?
Because I just don't. I see Sonya. Now, I know they haven't used Sonya recently, but she could be used in a bigger light more than just a tag team stuff, in which I think she should be. And with the way I think it should be, she should not be getting pinned by Nikki. I'm sorry. I had to be the one to say it. Y'all can kill me. That's fine.
I don't understand. Well, again, I've said that the women's tag team titles shouldn't even have women's tag team titles.
I don't care if they're like Mandy Moore. Sonya's better in the ring, and they should be using her more.
There's not a lot
That's just facts. And Nikki shouldn't have pinned her. They should have had Mandy eat the pin. But because they like Mandy more, they had Sonya do it.
Well, yeah, whatever.
That's like Bryan eating all the pins for Rowan in their tag matches.
Yeah.
Because he's the bigger dude.
Yeah.
That is stupid.
Okay, well, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Well, I think that Mandy should eat the pin every now and again.
Sorry.
And I do not think...
Bliss barely wrestles, so yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I don't think that Nikki should have pinned Sonya. I just don't. I don't think that should be happening. Probably because I feel that Sonya should be a bigger deal than she is.
Yeah, I didn't care about this match too much either, Chaos.
There wasn't
well, King of the Ring should be an
too
award
much.
or something. Yeah, I agree, Matt. There should be some sort of reward, but I don't... Depends on who wins it, I guess. And I know you can't do that, but... So yeah. So this match I wasn't too, excited about.
No.
Then we get the Sammy versus Cedric first round match for the King of the Ring. I thought
it was a good match.
Yeah,
I mean, aside from the fact
match.
that Sammy got squashed.
Yeah.
I think it was good.
But I think, overall, I thought it was good. I thought it was, the way they did it was good.
I don't think Nikki should be in the storyline with Alexa. I'm fine with the storyline with Alexa. I'm just not fine with her pinning Sonya.
I think
they're going to implode.
Well, yeah, I think the whole Nikki Alexa thing's gonna
I think after Clash of Champions, when they lose their titles, it's going to implode, and then the countdown is on.
Yeah.
Now, whether they have their match at Hell in a Cell, or they have their match at Survivor Series, they're gonna have a match
King
in
of the
the
Ring
next 7
champion.
months.
So Jake the Snake, he doesn't have what it takes anymore.
So, but
Lose
lose
them
them
to-
to Kabuki Warriors.
Speaking of Jake the Snake, did you see him in the AEW promo?
I did. It wasn't really a squash match. I mean, I don't mean squash match, but it's just Sammy's thing right now. He just gets killed by everybody.
I think it depends on what...
It just feels like he gets killed by everybody because that's what they put him in the last several weeks. So I feel like he didn't really put up why they lost twice.
Yeah, he was in a promo for
the casino battle royals.
Yeah.
Look it up on Twitter. You should find it. They had a video for Jazz and
he was
Piper,
dealing cards to Jazz and
Piper's daughter.
Yeah.
Can't think what her name is. Matt, I just feel that Kabuki Warriors are the next viable champions. And
Again, I mean,
she isn't busy. They don't have a lot of... I don't care if he has zero faith in Asuka and Kairi. How can we sit here and say that Fire and Desire should have a shot at the titles either because they just got beat by the tag champs. The Iconics got beat by the tag champs. Who else do we have?
Okay, but there shouldn't be a women's tag team division because there's not enough women to have a tag team division.
I understand that, but if they want to have any division at all and they want to have these belts, they have to put something out there.
Well, I agree they have to put something out there, but the fact is there aren't enough out there. So, when talking about whether whoever is going to be your contenders or the ones that are going to take the titles, does it matter? Because when they have Nikki and Alexa implode, there's 3 teams? So I think it's one of those things that they there's just not enough women out there to have this happen.
I understand that, and I get that, but you can't sit there and say that we should have a tag division overnight.
I agree, Chaos. The tag division is a joke. Just because, and a lot of it has to do with the number of women that are out there.
And I understand that, but they had more women when they first started the tag division.
Unless they go company-wide, which is what I thought they were going to do when they talked about Sasha and Bayley going anywhere and wrestling anybody.
Yes.
And then they didn't do that.
I also thought that, and I understand that. Now,
the thing is,
teams.
They just will be on the Iconics because I feel that the tag team division really doesn't matter in the women's division.
It might not mean anything right now.
It's like the men's division. I don't think the men's division tag team titles mean anything.
No tag team division is in good shape. Tag team wrestling in the WWE sucks at this point. It just does. It doesn't matter whether it's women's or men's.
They have good tag teams. They just don't have enough of them.
No, they have enough
That's
of
the
the
biggest
men's
issue.
tag teams that they
Do
can use. They just choose not to.
Well, do
Now,
they have enough match? Who is the face and the heel in the match?
For what? For the Alexa, Nikki versus Fire and Desire? I would say Fire and Desire.
Here's what I will say. Right now, I would say that's the biggest issue with WWE.
I don't think they have a fine line between a heel and a face.
There is no heel. There is no face. Everybody, I felt that tonight, and I like the whole Randy Orton thing, because I felt you had a heel come out and be a heel. And it was like, I'm going to attack you, I'm going to break your leg, and you're going to deal with it.
That's what I'm... Okay,
and I'm going to make your buddy watch me break your leg.
What? Elijah, what's up? Good news is Alexa and Nikki are actually defending the belts instead of hiding. That point proven. They have been defended more in the last 3 weeks than they have in the whole 6 months they've been around.
And I understand that, but the thing is...
Next thing, Export right above that said they killed the Riot Squad, Carmella and Naomi, and Nia is injured. They have 3 tag teams right there that they are no longer using. Nia, you can't help that. She's out with an injury. Naomi, they haven't been using her recently, and I don't know why. Carmella's been doing truth stuff. They could totally pair them back up.
He likes Io right now, but we'll see where he goes with her, after...
And then the Riot Squad, Ruby Riott is also out with an injury, and Liv Morgan is getting a character rebranding. So, they had more tag teams when this division was made than they do right now. I don't know what the answer is.
Yes,
I don't know what the answer is. I don't think the answer is just get rid of the titles, because I don't think that's very fair. They built the tag team division up as to be something sort of in the beginning. They had Sasha and Bayley. I mean, maybe they'll team up again. I don't know. And, since then, it's just kind of stumbled downhill. Since they put the titles on the Iconics, guys. That's what went downhill. And then they were treated like nothing for the last 6 months.
Yeah, Matt, I agree. I think Io is going to be...
I think it all goes back to them just taking the title off of Boston Hug Connection. That's where the problem lies. This whole problem was started when they took the titles off Boston Hug Connection and put them on the Iconics.
Okay.
Look at that.
But do you want your two of your biggest stars being the tag team champions for a division that means nothing?
This is where we have an issue here, okay? You can't make a tag team division overnight. The titles were around for 2 months before they lost them. They didn't have any time to make it a division. No time at all. Because they took the freaking titles off of them to put them on the freaking Iconics, who did nothing. Nothing for them. And then they split up their tag teams shortly thereafter with the draft.
I'd rather see them just get rid of it.
I wouldn't.
Irene Oscar above the tag title. I agree. Irene Oscar above it.
See, again, that's another thing. You want to sit here and talk about, why would we put Sasha and Bayley in a tag team together? Why are Kairi and Asuka in a tag team together?
Because they're Japanese, and that's just...
So? They're two big stars.
Okay, so what has he done with big stars that are from Japan?
I know there isn't a good track record. I don't care.
So that's why they're together.
I got it, okay? But they are 2 of your big stars too.
Yep, and they're there because they're Japanese.
Okay, whatever.
That's my opinion.
I don't care.
Defend on all brands.
I don't think the answer is
I agree,
just get rid of them.
100% is if you're gonna do it, they have to defend on all brands because there's just not enough women's division. Women's tag teams. I don't think there's enough men's tag teams to have 2 belts, 2 different tag team champions. I guess the Bella Twins because they were in plans for the tag title. Yes.
I know they were supposed to fight the Iconics and they were supposed to win the titles, but that didn't happen because Nikki had issues with her neck, which, you can't do anything about that. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. They should have had a backup plan, and they didn't. So the title sat in the Iconics for 6 months and did nothing.
That's the issue. Talking about Japanese wrestler, where's Kushida?
He was on NXT. And they haven't used him recently because they've been using other people.
He hasn't been used, for the last 3 or 4 weeks?
I don't know. He had a match with Apollo Crews, right before SummerSlam. Right?
Yeah, I know he's in
Minutes before
NXT, but they haven't been using him much. I mean, you'd think that,
Only 6 new viewers. I'm sorry. I gotta try again. He was on an indie show. I don't know, guys. I just don't think the answer is, forget Kushida, where's Nakamura? He's the IC champion. Forget the promotion.
They don't want to overexpose him. I don't think they want to expose him at all.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just one of those things that the women's division is just not good for tags.
I understand that.
Okay, good. Now that we got it.
I don't think the thing, you're sitting here, you're okay, they should just get rid of the titles. I don't think that's the answer.
And put it on the Iconics.
No, I don't think that's the answer
You're
either.
right. Take 2 of your best wrestlers, put them as tag team champions, and go, look, we got tag team champions.
I think they didn't start it right in the first place. And that's where the issue lies. Since then, it's been a tumbling weed going downhill from here because Vince had no plan. Because Vince didn't want the titles in the first place. Which
Yes.
I get.
I did see that, Matt. I saw the tweets.
But I think it's stupid to sit here and say, oh, we should just get rid of them. Because
No.
I don't think that's cool.
I don't know. So the Sami Cedric match was pretty good. Cedric ends up getting the win. Then we have a Natalya promo. She gets attacked by Sasha again. So I don't know if they're setting up something here when Natalya is healthy or what they're doing with that. If I'm Bischoff and Heyman, I would get rid of the titles.
I wouldn't.
False
Because I don't think that's
world
cool.
title. Yes. World title run for No Way Jose. Considering he
False
hasn't
Jose.
won in 17 years.
Why is Natty still on TV? I said the same thing while I was watching this. I was like, so Natty is still relevant? At this point?
Again, I think that your women's division is not, good right now.
I mean, I understand that.
I think that, the fact they're not promoting people, I think is the
I
biggest
think
issue.
also part of the problem is they couldn't do anything with Becky this week, and if they wanted to do anything with Becky, they couldn't. So they had to put Natty in there instead and say, hey, you're going to take a beating from Sasha once again.
No, maybe. Sasha lying, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About her dad. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's cold.
Yeah.
That's cold.
Yeah, I mean, that's where you have the issue, and a lot of them are, injured. So I think it makes it tough to have a tag team division. That's Eddie and his hell levels of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then we have the OC versus Braun and Seth for the tag team championships.
I thought this was a decent match.
Yes, a solid match. I called it earlier in the night when they announced this match.
Natalya will probably get a match with Sasha. They'll save Becky for later. I don't know. Because I thought that they would do Becky versus Sasha at Clash of Champions. So she can get her title defended there. I really hope they don't do a stupid triple threat and have Sasha, Natty, and
Why they re-signed? Why? Yeah. I mean, there's enough for the men's tag division, but they don't know how to book. I think if you have one title, I think having 2 sets of titles kind of dilutes everything.
I think they have enough tag teams.
Well, and then you have some of your tag teams get in trouble.
Not naming names here, but, there's a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killing is because of money. Yeah, definitely.
I don't think it was a bad thing that they re-signed because I think they were used quite a bit when they, in the beginning. And now, yes, they were beat by Braun and Seth, but I feel like they're doing something with Braun and Seth.
I have a feeling OC is going to get the title back, just no matter when.
No Raiders.
No Raiders.
Wow!
Yeah.
What a shocker.
I know.
I can't believe that.
It wasn't that they didn't show, it's just the fact they didn't wrestle nobodies. That was the
I know.
amazing part.
Street Profits were also on the show. Okay, I want to talk about Street Profits too. But we can finish talking about this, so go ahead.
So anyway, Braun and Seth end up winning the titles.
We got new tag team champs.
Yeah, new tag team champs. I think they're going to set up for the Clash of Champions where both of them have 2 matches.
Street Profits and no tag titles. Yeah, they didn't have their tag titles with them. They said they were still tag champs.
Yeah, I was gonna say they said
but
that they were still.
But they did not have the titles with them.
I thought it was funny. Everybody knows they've lost.
And if you didn't, sorry
thought it
guys,
was
they
funny.
lost their titles. The Undisputed Era.
I thought it. Oh yeah. Sorry guys, I broke the news.
But I feel like everybody knew because they posted all over their stuff.
The fact that that this is why the taping of things, and I don't like. You tape it and then you have something like this.
I was asking that like.
And then they post, "Whoa, tag team champions!" And it's like
breaking news.
No, are you kidding me? They're not tag team champions because they lost the titles already.
Yeah.
Just because
they
it's not
pretend
Wednesday.
They're still tag team champions.
Not Wednesday, and your show hasn't been shown to everybody. Doesn't mean that they're still the champions.
Yeah. So they had like a little segment, and they were talking about the King of the Ring bracket or whatever, and they have their stuff. I saw a report today that apparently they're not moving them up to the main roster at all. They were up there just to promote NXT, and then they're going to solely be wrestling on NXT.
Well, I think if NXT...
Why did they drop the titles then?
Because.
Why?
Because.
Air Guitar Kyle is back, people. I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with the titles being on Undisputed Era. I don't have a problem with it. It just makes no sense to me. Why would you have them drop the titles and say, pretend that they're on the main roster if they're not? And they're not actually wrestling. Why? That's like another tag team right there that's not...
But I think it's more to promote...
I get that it's to promote NXT. I understand that.
Okay.
But, you have them drop the titles. Everybody assumes they're being moved to the main roster. And then they are not.
Yeah.
So, I don't
think they're going to be on the main roster.
I don't get that.
Not since NXT is going to...
No jobbers were available to fight the Raiders.
Yeah, but I think that they'll be back on NXT.
That's funny.
They've got to have some people on NXT because we're 3 weeks away from it going to NXT's main roster now. We're 3 weeks away? 2 weeks away? When did they say that, when's the rumors that it's going to premiere?
September. Something.
Yeah. 3 weeks away, maybe 4 weeks away.
You know what's really funny? That Sasha segment was
NXT
so far
premiering
into
on
the
USA
show.
or Fox or wherever.
That Sasha segment was so far into the show, and when they showed her getting ready to sit in the chair, that was in the first hour, and then her segment didn't air until the last hour.
Yeah.
People were like, "Report, guys! Breaking news: Sasha has sat in that chair for almost 2.5 hours."
Yeah.
I was like, "That is funny."
I don't want to see it again, but maybe they'll do something. We'll see what they do. I mean,
Natty
maybe we'll start to see more of the NXT roster since they're going to 2 hours.
Maybe.
And hopefully they'll go live all the time because the taped thing I don't like.
I don't either.
Anybody else got anything?
Xavier Woods has been rushed to a local medical facility
That's
following
his
the
leg
attack
broke.
of...
Be ready for Vince to be writing NXT show and Jackson Riker NXT champion. Yes, I can see that.
I don't want it to happen.
I hope not, but yeah. More female NXT roster. Yes.
Yeah.
Piper Niven.
So I've been heard. So I've seen.
Rhea Ripley.
There's some fun stuff coming up on NXT. Yeah. I've seen it. Spoilers. It's happened again. I can't avoid them, guys. I'm on Twitter too much to avoid them. So I saw them, and there's some fun stuff. I don't know if anybody else has seen it, but fun stuff for the women's division over the next several weeks. I will say that.
Yes.
Very fun stuff.
With that,
Yup. Rhea Ripley. That was all I'm going to say.
Yes, please.
Matt. Yes.
With that, I think that we are going to take off. We'll be back tomorrow night after SmackDown.
Yeah.
Maybe milk the Sasha interview to keep the viewers turned.
Somebody said they put up a thing. They said Becky and Sasha Clash of Champions in DQ caused by Natty. Then they said at Hell in a Cell it'd be Becky.
Let me in.
Becky who retains in triple. This is just their idea. hold up. Let me just say that. Becky and Sasha, Clash of Champions, sends in DQ caused by Natty. Becky would retain in a triple threat match at Hell in a Cell. Sasha ruins Becky versus Bayley at Survivor Series after a fantastic 15-minute match. And then Sasha wins the title fairly at TLC. I could see that happening. I think that would make a lot of sense if Natty caused a DQ at Clash of Champions. And then it ended up being a triple threat match at Hell in a Cell. I see it going in that direction. No. I see it going in that direction, though, because why is Natty still involved?
Because that's going to be the feud to start with.
No,
Murphy versus Daniel Bryan.
She's not going to start with a Natalya feud.
We'll see.
She came back, she's going to have Becky.
Well, she wasn't going after Becky. If she wanted Becky, she would have went after Becky. She went after Natalya.
She couldn't. Okay.
Yep, they are. Shh.
No. She couldn't go after.
With that, we'll be back tomorrow night.
Flick you.
So make sure you tell all your friends. Thanks, Chaos. You just got to keep them involved and have them subscribe to our channel, and we can gain subscribers.
Maybe they milk the Sasha and you're going to keep viewers tuned
Make sure you hit the bell so you know we go live.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, I think we'll be back tomorrow night.
I think so.
Remember, we stream every Monday after Raw, every Tuesday after SmackDown. Try to get as many NXTs as long as it's not, just
completely sucky.
After every
we should be there this
pay-per-view.
week. There's Killian Dane versus Matt Riddle.
Yes, we will be back. Definitely, we'll do Wednesdays.
An all-out live reaction. Okay, so real quick, the pay-per-view. There are 2 pay-per-views that day. I thought we would do the all-out on Saturday and then do a recap of NXT UK Cardiff business on Sunday.
Yeah, we probably.
Because they're the same day, and we can't watch both at the same time.
We might do live all-out reaction.
As we get closer, we'll see.
Yeah. With that, we are taking off. Everybody that stopped in, thanks for stopping in. We will see you.
Killian Dane versus Matt Riddle was fantastic.
I can imagine it's fantastic.
Could be a good match.
See you
tomorrow.
So we have that to
look forward to on Wednesday.
After SmackDown again. Sound like a broken record. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Tell all your friends about us. Hit the little bell button so you know we go live. You got anything else?
No. We'll be back tomorrow.
All right. Back tomorrow night, guys. Thanks for stopping in. We love you guys. You make the show awesome. Peace out.